Today, Down the Road takes you to Malabar Farms. It's in Richland County. You can check it out online at malabarfarms.org because there's something going on all the time. Joining me is Louie Andrus. And Louie, nice to have you telling us a little bit about, I guess the big question we talked off the air is, what's the mission of Malabar Farms, a state park in Ohio?
Our main mission is to reconnect folks to agriculture and to the environment, because Louis Brownfield was very good at communicating, whether he was going to speeches or writing his books. He talked about the importance of the environment and being good stewards of the land. So Malabar is what we think is a good model to show good stewardship and continue with that philosophy of Louis Brownfield of caring for the land and taking care of our agricultural commodities here. So when people come here, they learn about Brownfield, they learn about the importance that Brownfield talked about in soil and water conservation, and he wrote about that in many of his books, which were read all over the world. So we're not only a state influence, we have international influence in the community because his books were well read in a lot of different countries.
Give folks a general idea. We're northeast, how far out of Columbus?
We are 60 miles north of Columbus and about 70 miles south from Cleveland. So we're kind of centrally located in the north-central part of Ohio. And because of that, we get a lot of folks from those different areas, Columbus and Cleveland areas.
Very much a rolling terrain, what you would describe as a cow-calf country, the kind of area you raise sheep in. But Louie raised crops here and did so under what we'd call today's term sustainable agriculture.
Right, Louis was very instrumental in getting a lot of the practices that are used today, the no-till. We didn't have the herbicides and all the technology that we have now, but Louis tried no-till in the early 40s and 50s because he thought there was a lot of value in it. And he used contour plowing, strip cropping, not planting all the way up to the creek bed or up to the fence, allow those buffers. And when you come to Malabar, one of the things you'll notice is we don't have a lot of crops. We have a lot of grass. And a lot of people think he was the father of grass agriculture, or new agriculture is what was referred to back then. So our main commodity here is grass to feed or foraging our livestock here. So when you come here, you won't see rows and rows and rows of corn and things like that. You'll see a few of that, but most of our crop here is grass that we're growing.
Which points, because when I got on the website, there was so many things to pick out and do, and you got to kind of pick the season. What things here best exemplify Louis Brownfield and what he did?
I would say the diversity of the land, because we have old-growth forest here. We produce maple syrup here. We have chickens. We have sheep. We have a lot of hay pastures. We have a lot of woodlot areas that we manage for timbering here, as well as keeping areas for buffers for wetland areas as well as forest areas that we want to keep in as forest areas.
As you look at all the different opportunities, you never really know what to dress for, but there's always wind here. At some point, you're going to have a wind turbine up for your own electric generation. What kind of clothes do you plan to bring to the farm when you're coming out for the day?
Well, I'd bring some comfortable shoes because you're going to be walking and hiking and probably traveling somewhat. We're right in the valley, and we're also in the coldest place in Ohio. We're only about a half a mile from Possum Run Road that has 2 ski resorts there. So we're normally a little bit cooler than the rest of Ohio. It's because of that.
As we take a look at things around, there's also, I noted on the website, my kids would have really liked to enjoy fishing.
Fishing. We have a fishing pond that is stocked, and if you don't have your fishing pole, you can borrow one of our fishing poles here, and we have some night crawlers that you can get underneath of a rock there. We have hiking trails for people to hike, as well as bringing your own horse. We have a bridle trail. We have a camping area that you can come and bring your horse, your pets, and stay at as well. We have a nice French restaurant right here on the staff that features local produce that's grown here in the local area. Then we have our visitor center, which is the focal point, and it's a new building that we just built in September. We use green technology. One of our overall missions of this farm is sustainability and becoming self-sufficient. So this building helps us demonstrate sustainable issues and also help us to generate revenue to offset the state supported that we get for the farm.
Yeah, we were talking off the air, and a lot more affordable in some of these things, and that'll be part of the message of helping people understand that you too could participate in some of your own green energy.
Right. When you come here, you'll get to see some of the technology that you can put in your own home to help save energy, whether it's using complex fluorescence, using geothermal, solar panels, wind energy. We're using all this and building in one location that folks can learn about some of the new technology out there and how it's really helping us reduce our operational expenses, where we've reduced our energy almost by 60%, our electrical use, by using all these new technologies.
When somebody's coming to Malabar Farm for the first time, they should plan to check in here at the Visitor Center and plan from there, because you got the original house, you got the big barn, there's some outlook things that you really got to figure out where to go next and how much of your day you're going to spend here.
Right. I think you could spend either a day or a whole week, because there is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of history here. There's a lot of things for kids to do. We have a bird aviary. They can learn about different types of birds in Ohio, bird habitats. You can tour Bromfield's 32-room mansion as well. We give farm tours. All of our tractors are run on soy biodiesel. It's an Ohio-based product. A lot of the products in our building are Ohio-based companies that have donated the products to showcase what Ohio is doing as far as some of these different energy savings that we can do in our buildings.
Tremendous opportunity to take the family to enjoy reconnecting with nature, reconnecting with agriculture, in some cases, maybe reconnecting with the family. Website's easy to check into, and any particular events that stand out as if you're coming for these days and these events, plan to be here early?
Well, we open up at 10 o'clock where our tours start on the hour, and the last tour is at 4 o'clock. And we have events all year round, and we have barn dances. We have 5 barn dances a year. And we have it in the main barn, which is an 1896 reconstruction of the barn that was originally here. And we have live music, and we have about 300 to 400 people show up for our barn dances. And a lot of those folks are under 50. So we're getting the younger people coming and celebrating the barn dances as a social event, which was what Bromfield did in the early 40s and 50s. He loved to entertain people and show him what he was doing in agriculture, whether it be a Hollywood celebrity where Humphrey Bogart and Lone Bacall got married here, or whether it's just somebody down the road that just wants to come and have a good time.
You bring up an interesting point. Could someone get married here?
We have about 30 to 40 weddings here a year. You can rent the barn or the big house. You can get married in the exact same space that Humphrey Bogart and Lone Bacall did in May of 1945.
Lots of opportunity and lots of things to do here at Malabar Farms. Check them out online at malabarfarm.org, because every weekend there's something to do. Some weekends just bigger than others. I'm Dale Minyo. Until next time, I'll see you down the road. Down the Road is brought to you in part by Prince Agra, makers of Omnigen AF, advancing animal nutrition for healthy animals, and Woodruff Enterprise of Springfield, Ohio.